Welcome back. So, in our previous module, we saw how to format documents with the document formatting tool of Afrodocs. And in this module, we are going to look at how we can use the AI mode feature of Afrodocs to write our dissertations, theses, projects, reports, and many more. So, this Afrodocs AI mode was designed specifically to write dissertations, theses, assignments, and other coursework. So this Afrodox AI mode actually writes like an actual researcher. It doesn't write like other AIs, like let me say maybe ChatGPT. If you write a dissertation on this with ChatGPT and you present it to your supervisor, it's very likely that they will understand that this dissertation or thesis was written by AI based on the tone, the structure, and many other little things in which AI does. But Afrodox AI actually writes like a researcher, and it's not like a fixed AI which just write everything over and over again the same. No, it's actually writes based on the specific topic, based on the specific area, and it uses professional academic language. So if you want to write, let me say your chapter one, you can always come here to write. If you just click here to write your chapter one, you provide the topic. And when you provide a topic, let's say for instance, for this topic, factors influencing the adoption of mobile banking among small business owners, it's always good you specify the location. Let me just say in Bamenda 2. Let me just put Bamenda 2. So it's going to be writing based on this specific location. But if your topic does not have a location, there's no problem. You can still go ahead and give it if it's a broader topic. So let me just go ahead and click enter, and it's going to write it out. So it's writing based on the Anglo-Saxon structure of dissertations and theses, and it's writing in APA style by default. But if you have your own specific standards, you can always upload them or you can always paste them when you want to ask the question to Afrodocs to write it. So it's going to follow the general structure starting from the background of the study. You will leave from there, and it's also going to go to the problem statement, research questions, and so on. But you can always adjust it by asking it to write the way you want. So this is a very professional and academic standard way of writing dissertations and theses. That's the way in which Afrodocs AI mode write. So rather than using other AI tools in which might even get you implicated for using them, it's better for you to use Afrodocs AI because it's going to write like an actual researcher, and it's actually write very fast. So now you can see it has written that I need to read it at this level of the significance of the study, and it's also going to give you accurate references, in which if you copy this reference and paste it online, you will get that specific article in which was found under this reference. So that's it here. And one good thing about Afrodocs AI is that when it finish creating your chapters, you can always go ahead and format them instantly, or you can go ahead and use them to carry out data analysis. So I'm just going to click here to format documents, and it's going to format this using the formatter in which we earlier saw. So if I just click here to format, it's going to ask you to select the standard of your institution. You can choose the font size, the font style, and so on, and also the margins. If you want a table of contents, you will just simply click there to add the table of contents. So I'm just going to click here to format this. So it's going to take a few seconds to format. That was less than 2 seconds, by the way. And you already have your documents well formatted, and it's ready for you to download and submit to be reviewed by your supervisor. Even the references are already in APA style. So if you want to download the document, you can download here as a Word document. If you want to download PDF, you download here as a PDF. Then also, if you want to add the cover page, you can always come here like we saw earlier and you add the cover page. So let's go back to our AI mode. And if you want to see your previous charts, you can always click here on this icon here, and you can go back to the chart in which we were found on. If you wanted to go to chapter 2, you can just come and click here, chapter 2, and it's going to go ahead and write your chapter 2 for you. Then let's just go straight to chapter 3, because that's what we are going to need for data analysis. So I just wrote there chapter 3. But if you have a specific guide on how you want your chapter 3 to be, you can always provide it for it to use and write out your chapter 3. So you have the research design is going to give it, it's also going to give your population size, it's going to give you the sampling technique and also the method of data analysis. Then it's also going to go ahead and give you some ethical considerations. So in our next module, we are going to see how we can actually carry out data analysis using the data analysis feature of Afrodox.